Fans, this game between the Barrie Baycats and the Kitchener Panthers will start shortly. First pitch just after 2 p.m. right here on Baycats TV. Here's public address announcer Matt Russell.
Fans now introducing the starting lineup for your Kitchener Panthers. Leading off second baseman number 83, Kenny DiClemente. In the second spot, shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen. In the third spot, first baseman number 35, Liam Wilson. In the cleanup spot, center fielder number 49, Andy Leader. In the fifth spot, designated hitter number 34, Keegan Marsden. In the sixth spot, third baseman number 4, Eric Applovich. In the seventh spot, right fielder number 48, Stephen Narabecki. In the eighth spot, catcher number 90, Anthony Dona. In the ninth spot, left fielder number 12, Jordan Carthy. And starting pitcher for this afternoon's game for the Panthers, number 39, Jacob Douglas. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as you're able and remove your hats for the singing of O Canada performed by Hilary Sears.
Welcome to Kitchener. We're here for this game between the Barrie Baycats and the Kitchener Panthers. I'm Patrick Melbourne. Thanks so much for joining us here on Baycats TV. It looks like a good matchup. Baycats coming into this one, 20 wins, 16 losses. Kitchener, 13 wins, 21 losses. Jacob Douglas about ready to take the mound for the Panthers. So I'll give you the starting lineup for the Barrie Baycats. Jake Wilson will lead things off and play center field. Juan Familia will bat second. He's the right fielder. Then James Anderson, the first baseman, batting third. Josh Cote, the catcher, is in the cleanup spot. Then Carson Burns, the shortstop. Josh Matlow making his first start of the season as the DH. Brad McQuinn, Brendan Colley, and Owen Jansen, left fielder, third baseman, and second baseman. On the mound for the Kitchener Panthers is the right-hander Jacob Douglas, 4-2 this season with a 7.42 ERA. Douglas is a contact pitcher. He's given up 56 hits in 40 innings, but he doesn't walk anybody, only 6 walks to 24 strikeouts. So Douglas just taking his warm-up tosses. He'll be doing that to Anthony Dona, making his first start of the year behind the plate for the Kitchener Panthers. Been a bit of a different looking Kitchener Panthers team lately, and that's because many of their players are playing in tournaments. So it'll be a little bit different for them as they approach the playoffs. The last game for them was on August 3rd. They lost 16-14 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. They were supposed to play on August 4th, but that game got postponed. That game was supposed to be against the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll see what the makeup date is there. But now completely focused on this game against the Barrie Baycats.
Center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
Baycats trying to put a tough loss yesterday, 6-1 loss to the Welland Jackfish behind them. In that game, the Baycats gave up 6 unearned runs and took the 6-1 loss. Jake Wilson will lead things off, lefty hitter against the righty pitcher Jacob Douglas. First pitch to Wilson is a strike, and we're underway. Game time, 12:03 p.m. Eastern. So we start just a couple of minutes past scheduled first pitch. That's all right. Douglas kicks and comes home, and that is also a strike. So we're seeing a big strike zone early on, 0-2. Home plate umpire today is Ryan Herring. Saw a small strike zone yesterday in Barrie. Here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground to the right side. Taken on a bounce by Kenny DiClemente, the former Baycat, throws on to first, and there's one quick out. So here's Familia. Juan Familia has moved up and down the batting order for the Barrie Baycats this season. He's gone all the way down to the 9 spot. He's been up in the middle, and today in the 2 spot. They changed their lineup just a little bit after yesterday, where they didn't get much offense at all. They had Carson Burns in the 2 spot yesterday. Douglas taking his time, kicks and throws. Familia hits it to left. That one's hit pretty well. Going back is the fielder. Familia has hit it out. Home run, Juan Familia. 1-0 Baycats. That didn't take long. Familia goes around the bases, and the Baycats take a 1-0 lead.
First baseman number 34, James Anderson.
Welcome to the 2 spot in the order. You're going to hit a home run. Here's James Anderson. The Baycats, 2 batters into this one, have already matched their number of runs from yesterday. Barrie has won all but one of the matchups between Kitchener and Barrie this season. The one that Kitchener won was here in Kitchener. So that's outside, 2-0. And that was a 15-14 final. We actually called that game here on Baycats TV. And it was a Panthers walk-off win in extra innings. That was a crazy game. It was 7-0 at one point, then 7-7. 2-0 pitches in the zone for a strike, 2-1. That was as wild a game as we've seen this season from either of these teams. Anderson checks his swing. They go to first. He didn't go, and it is 3-1. Righty-righty matchup. Baycats wearing their navy blue road jerseys with the gray pants. Panthers wearing their home white uniforms as Anderson swings and misses at a pitch down low. Count now full 3-2. Good pitching matchup. Jacob Douglas and Juan Benitez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Douglas ready on the bump. Sets up behind the plate. That's foul straight back. Going under it is Jonah. He's not going to have a play as it goes back into the stands. Today is the Minor Baseball Association night here at the ballpark. I guess I should say today. It's not really tonight yet. Still 3-2 to Anderson. Jonah sets up behind the plate. Setting up inside the zone. That's chopped foul left side. It's going to go to the dugout. Who's going to make the play? Someone not wearing a jersey. Douglas stares in. Anderson hitting well lately. And that's line left side again, foul. This time further down the line into that area in foul territory where there's a lot of space. Anderson hitting .287 with a .345 on base average. Batting here with 1 out and a run already in. That was a ground out to second by Wilson and a home run by Familia. Anderson takes outside. That's ball 4, and the Baycats have another base runner here in the first. We mentioned in the pregame that's a little bit unusual for Jacob Douglas. He's a guy that does not walk very many batters.
Josh Cote.
This season, in 40 innings pitched, he's only walked 6 batters. So it's unusual to see him give up a first inning walk. Big cut and a miss from Cote, 0-1. Cote, the hero of that game in Brantford in late July. He made his IBL debut and hit 2 home runs in his first 2 official at-bats. He also walked. 2 home runs. Welcome to the league. Cote fouls that into foul territory, right side. Looks like it's going to stay in play, though. Moving over and making the catch is Liam Wilson, 2 away. That was a tough play for Wilson. It looked off the bat like it was going to go well foul, but it kind of hung up there, and Wilson was able to go all the way from covering the first base bag to behind the plate and to the right to get that ball. He had to go a lot farther than Dona, the catcher, would have had to. But I think Dona kind of gave up on that play just a little bit early. First pitch is a strike. It is a bit of a wider strike zone. We saw that in the Wilson at-bat, seeing it again here, 0-1. Not a bad thing, but something that both pitchers and hitters will take note of early. Anderson takes the lead. That's a strike, same spot, 0-2. Burns has 3 homers on the year, hitting .269 right now. Anderson, the biggest lead of this at-bat so far, off first. Douglas ready on the mound, comes home, runner doesn't go, and the pitch is outside. It was almost a pitch out, just to see if they could get Anderson. Not fooled. The 1-2. Fly ball, right field, not super deep. Now Rebecki in, moves to his right, and makes the catch to retire the side. Baycats get 1 on the home run from Juan Familia, but that'll be it for the inning. It's 1-0 Baycats after the top of the first. You're watching Baycats TV. starting lineup as we get to the bottom of the first inning. Kenny DiClemente will lead things off and play second base. Stephen Whalen is the shortstop, adding second. William Wilson, the first baseman, in the 3 spot. And then Andy Leader, who has an average of 374, is in the cleanup spot. Keegan Marsden's the DH. Eric Aplovich is the third baseman. Stephen Narebecki is the right fielder. Anthony Dona is the catcher, making his debut. And then Jordan Carthy in left field is batting ninth. On the mound for the Barrie Baycats, it is Juan Benitez, making his 12th start of the year. 6 and 4 with 4.40 ERA. He's pitched just over 65 innings, 67 strikeouts, 15 walks, that's good, and 69 hits. In his last appearance, he went 7 innings, only gave up 3 runs, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk. So he's been excellent. Defensively for the Barrie Baycats, you'll see Brad McQuinn in left, Jake Wilson in center, Juan Familia in right, third baseman's Brendan Colley, shortstop Carson Burns, second baseman's Owen Jansen, first baseman is James Anderson. You've got really good speed in center field and right field. Good arm in right as well. Josh Cote is behind the plate for Juan Benitez.
Your Kitchener Panthers, second baseman number 83, Kenny DiClemente.
We've mentioned it a couple times this season, so we won't mention it more than once today, but Kenny DiClemente was a Barrie Baycat, played for the Baycats early last season just a little bit, mostly as a pinch runner, but has really had a nice breakout season at the top of this order for the Panthers. They've used a few leadoff guys. We've seen Andy Leader up there, we've seen Jet Jarvis up there, and now DiClemente. First pitch to him is a ball, second one coming home now, and that is up high for a ball as well. DiClemente hitting .339. And he can play both the outfield and the infield. We've seen him at third base. We've seen him in all 3 outfield spots. And now tonight at second base. That's nowhere close. Ball 3. Benitez coming off one of his best starts of the season. It was against the Brantford Red Sox. But 12 strikeouts, 1 walk is impressive against any team. 3-0 is a strike. DiClemente taking all the way on 3-0 there. It's a nice crowd here in Kitchener for how hot it is. Line to shortstop, takes a tricky bounce, and it gets by Carson Burns for a base hit. Fielding it in left is Brad McQuinn. Throws it in. It's a leadoff single for DiClemente.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
It is a really hot day. It is quite humid. It's been a hot weekend overall. And with the 2 o'clock start, right on the field, these teams are going to feel the heat. We have a little air conditioning thing going up here. Bottles of water. Pitch from Benitez. That's a strike. Whalen was taking all the way. It's 0-1. DiClemente has excellent speed at first. And he's taking a big lead. Don't be surprised to see him go. Pitch is outside, 1-1. His excellent speed is one of the reasons the Baycats did use him as a pinch runner early on in last season. Infield playing at double play depth. Whalen standing in. Cote has his sign, so does Benitez. Up the middle, Burns jumps, he can't get to that one. It's into the outfield. DiClemente running super fast. He's going to round third and go all the way home. It's a double for Stephen Whalen. Ball is overthrown as it's thrown back to the backstop from second base. So it's a double and then an error, which is going to get Whalen up to third. DiClemente has tied the game, though. It's 1-1.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
So Liam Wilson standing in, runner in scoring position at third base. And still nobody out. First pitch from Juan is away, ball one. DiClemente is one of the fastest runners in this league. It's him and McGarry Doyle as two of the fastest. And the minute he left first base, he was thinking, I'm going home. Pitch from Juan, popped up. Similar play to what we saw in the top of the first. This time Josh Cote, the catcher, is going to get under it and make the catch. And that's the first out of the inning.
Fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
Benitez comes home. That's on the ground to third. Takes a tricky bounce. Colley's got it. Throws to first. It's going to be late and dropped anyway. Whalen scores, and it's 2-1.
Number 34, Keegan Marsden.
So after Barrie hit a home run to take an early lead in the top of the first inning, Kitchener has come back and scored two. Will that be scored a hit or an error? An error at third by Brendan Colley. So an E5, still only one out. Here's Marsden. Keegan Marsden is a good hitter. Average a little bit lower than you would expect knowing Keegan Marsden at the plate, but don't let that fool you. He's dangerous. Leader's got good speed. He goes. No, he decides not to. Maybe a wise decision because Cote was ready to throw it. Count out 2-0. Leader doesn't go. That one's fouled back. Leader has leadoff guy speed. We've seen him in that one spot before. And he's taking the lead, again, as if he's thinking about going, or at least trying to fool the pitcher into thinking he's going. He goes to first, and he's out. Andy Leader picked off at first base by Juan Benitez, 2 away. Leader just took a bit too big of a lead, and he has been retired for the second out. Benitez comes home, fouled away, and that changes this inning dramatically, taking Leader's speed off the bases. Marsden now dealing with a 2-2 count. Left side, the base hit. Third hit of the inning for the Kitchener Panthers. Marsden reaches first safely, and that'll bring up Eric Aplovich.
Third baseman number 4, Eric Aplovich.
Patrick Melbourne here with you, and for Mark Perry today. On the Kitchener side, we welcome all Baycats fans and all Panthers fans watching. Hope you're enjoying this one early. Both teams scoring in the first inning. Juan Benitez ready on the hill. Eric Aplovich ready in the batter's box, and it's a ground out to second base. Throw over to first, and it is officially a ground out as Benitez gets out of the inning. After 2-1 Kitchener, you're watching Baycats TV.
hitter, number 18, Josh Matlow.
Josh Matlow will lead things off for the Barrie Baycats. He is the team's manager and president as well into the lineup today. For the first time this season, he made his debut last night, replacing Brad McQuinn in left field, but in the lineup for the first time today. First pitch to Josh is a strike. Matlow wearing number 18. Facing Jacob Douglas in his second inning of work. He's been given a lead after giving up a home run in the first. No balls, one strike. Cut and a miss, 0-2. Guessed wrong on that swing. Right-handed pitcher against the right-handed hitter. Kicks and throws. That is up high. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kicks and throws. Got him. 1 away. First strikeout of the game for Jacob Douglas. And that'll bring up Brad McQuinn. McQuinn had 2 at-bats yesterday, was ejected from that game after that second at-bat. Back in the order today, though. Pitch from the righty. Shows bunt and bunts it foul left side. McQuinn's got good speed. Steps back in there. Bat over the shoulder. A tall batting stance for McQuinn. Now kicks and throws. Outside. And the count is 1-1. Ryan Herring is the home plate umpire. Mike Guthrow at first base. As McQuinn fouls that straight back. Rob Topanian at third base. McQuinn steps back in. McQuinn hitting .280 this season. And that's a base hit, right center field. McQuinn gets on with the base hit. And the Baycats have had a base runner in every inning so far. Here's Brendan Colley. So a 1-out single for McQuinn. Brendan Colley has gotten himself into that lineup more and more because he plays good defense, has good at-bats. Runner going to second, and it hit Colley. So he was stealing the base anyway. He would have been safe with the way Donna got that ball, but it hit Colley on the way. So that'll be a hit by pitch. 2 runners on, 1 out. Owen Jansen hitting .353 this season. His first at-bat of the game. He has a couple of homers on the year, and the Baycats would really love a home run right now, wouldn't they? Jansen's shown good power this season. Baycats have a couple of base runners on, including 1 in scoring position. Kitchener has a 2-1 lead. Pitcher looks back at second, now comes home, swinging at the first pitch. It goes to second base, could be 2. Over to shortstop for 1, back to first. Call it 2, an inning-ending double play. Baycats get a couple of base runners, but no runs crossed. You're watching Baycats TV.
Starting at the bottom of the second for your Kitchener Panthers, right fielder number 48, Stephen Narabecki.
Stephen Narabecki will lead things off for the Panthers here in the second inning against Juan Benitez. It'll be Narabecki, then Donna and Carthy. Juan's first pitch is up high, 1-0. Baycats scored 1 in the top of the first. Panthers scored 2. That's where we are right now. 2-1 game. Pitch from Benitez. That's a strike. Just catching up, by the way. First inning was brought to you by Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel. Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Second inning brought to you by BarrieToday.com. That's hit up the middle. Diving play by Burns. Grabs it. Throws on to first. Got him! Carson Burns with an excellent play. 1 away. Second inning brought to you by Barrie Today. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycats scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. Here's Anthony Dona. Carson Burns with an excellent play to lead off this bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Dona is a strike. This is his first IBL at bat. Joining the Panthers today. The 0-1. Got to miss, 0-2. It'll be Dona and then Jordan Carthy on deck. Benitez working quickly. The 0-2. Up high. Count now 1 and 2. A lot of these games between Barrie and Kitchener have been high scoring this year. You see a lot of 15s as the score. You see a 20 in there. Kitchener did have that 15-14 win, but the other 4 matchups were all Barrie wins. This is the final matchup between these two teams in the regular season this year. Here's the 1-2. Got to miss. Dona down on strikes, gets away from Cote. Throws onto first, 2 away.
Left fielder number 12, Jordan Carthy.
Here's Jordan Carthy. 9-hitter, also a pitcher on this team, but don't let that fool you. He is hitting .471 as a hitter this year. What a player Jordan Carthy has been for these Panthers. It's a left field and well. Back goes McQuinn and it is gone. A home run for Jordan Carthy. And it's 3-1 Panthers.
Back to the top of the runner, second baseman number 83, Kenny DiClemente.
Here's DiClemente. Second home run of the game. First one for the Panthers. Juan Familia also has a home run today. Pitch from Benitez. Fouled away left side. That one had some distance to it. DiClemente is more of a contact guy than a power guy, but he has 5 doubles this year. The humidity has really gone up because there's not a lot of wind right now. Here's the 0-1 inside. Count 1-1. There was a lot of wind pre-game, which made the warm-ups a little more pleasant, but that one's down and in. Gets away from Cote, nearly hit. DiClemente doesn't though, 2-1. But it's completely gone. There's no wind right now on the field. Here's the 2-1. That's a strike. Zone opens up just a little bit more again, and it's 2-2. Pitch up and away, 3-2, full count to DiClemente. Stephen Whalen is on deck. Benitez kicks and throws. Swing and a foul back to the screen. More of a fence than a screen. Dimensions in this park, by the way, 320 down the corners, 380 up the middle. As the 3-2 pitch comes home, that's fouled away again, this time on the ground right side. So we'll do it again. Cote gets a baseball from the umpire, and he throws it back to the pitcher. DiClemente just trying to get that pitch count up for 1. The 3-2. Fouled again. Remains 3-2. Nice at bat here for Kenny DiClemente, who singled and scored his first time up. What would have been a Stephen Whalen double, DiClemente went from first to home. And then trying to get DiClemente out, the Baycats threw it to the backstop, and Whalen was able to get to third. 3-2. Got him. Strikeout for Benitez, and that'll end the inning. Back in a moment here on Baycats TV. Jake Wilson to lead things off here in the third inning. Top of the third inning brought to you by First Aid Canada, your Canadian source for first aid kits, AEDs, safety products, and more. Shop online today at firstaidcanada.com. Wilson hits it on the ground to second base, takes a tricky hop and a nice play at second base by DiClemente as he throws out Wilson one away. So here's Familia, who homered his first time up. That's the only run for the Baycats so far. Shows bunt. It's up high. 1-0. That was Familia's third home run of the season. Had a couple of hits and a walk in yesterday's game. Fouled straight back to us. Or it would have been if not for the fence in the way. Count now 1-1. It's pretty much impossible for the three of us here in the booth to catch a foul ball. Because not only is there a fence in the way, but there's also windows and all that. That's down low. Patrick Melbourne here with you on Baycats TV. Matt Russell is our PA announcer. Neil Sriwastawa is the point streak operator today. Glad to have you along, whether you're a Baycats fan or a Panthers fan. Panthers currently up 3-1 outside. And it's a 3-1 count. James Anderson's on deck. Familia hoping to reach base for his second time today after that home run. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jacob Douglas ready on the hill. It's all right, he comes home. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Familia takes a bit of a walk to reset. Both players trying to take control of this at-bat. Three-two. On the ground up the middle. It could get through, and it's going to get through. Juan Familia has himself a base hit. Rounds first, he's going to stay there. He's 2 for 2. So here's James Anderson. He walked his first time up. And suddenly the Baycats have the tying run at the plate. Familia's got speed at first. Douglas ready, catcher setting up inside. Runner does go. No swing. Throw to second is late, and he's safe. So a stolen base for Familia. So the first pitch, a strike to James Anderson, count 0-1. Familia now at second base. Wouldn't be that shocked to see him go for third, to be honest. We saw what base running can bring, as that's hit to left field. That's going to get through. Familia up to third, a base hit for Anderson. We've seen what base running can do in the IBL. And primarily it's been from the Welland Jackfish. I mean, you look last night, again, they had so many stolen bases, just like they have in every game, it feels like. They had more than 3 stolen bases, I believe. I'm just looking down my scorebook. My scorebooks are good during the game, but looking back at previous games, not always great. But they had several stolen bases again last night, and they just bring such a dynamic on the base paths that no other team has been able to match. Other teams have tried, but I think we'll see a different dynamic in the playoffs this year as teams try to do what Welland did during the regular season and bring big aggression on the base paths. 1-0 is a strike to Josh Cote. Cote popped up his last time up. 1 on, 1 out. Or excuse me, 2 on, 1 out. Runners on first and third. Fouled back. Familia at third, Anderson at first. Anderson's got average speed. Familia's got above average speed. Cote ready. So is Douglas. Douglas comes home. That just misses. It's 2-2. That did not miss by much. Crowd certainly thought it was a strike. And now working with a 2-2 count is Josh Cote. Anderson takes the lead off first. No lead off third from Juan Familia with 1 out. Now he takes a bit of one. Cote hits it on the ground to the left side, fielded, thrown on to second and dropped. And they're going to call it a foul ball, which is fortunate for the Panthers because everybody would have been safe. Cote will return home. Anderson will return to first base. So a foul ball, and the Panthers get a little bit of practice for a potential play over there. Two-two the count. Douglas staring in for the sign. He's got it. Up high, 3-2. Carson Burns is on deck. Douglas to the plate. Got him. Cote down on strikes, 2 away.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
A big strikeout there, and now Carson Burns to the plate. Tying run at first base. Burns tends to hit well during road games. Had that home run at Labatt Park. That's a strike. Burns, who was standing fairly close to the plate there, would have thought that was a ball. So I wonder if he sets up a little bit farther away from the plate this time. Maybe just a touch. 0-1. Runner does not go. It's hit on the ground to the first baseman. Moving over is the first baseman, Liam Wilson. He steps on the bag to retire the side. Baycats get a couple of base runners again, but they do not score. Heading to the bottom of the third. You're watching Baycats TV. Stephen Whalen back here in the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Whalen, then Liam Wilson, and Andy Leader. Pitch from Juan Benitez is a strike, going 1. Whalen doubled and reached third on an error in his last at-bat. That's outside. Count now 1-1. Got a little bit more wind in the inning break as jammed on that one. Whalen fouls it back to the screen. Still not a lot, though. Ball's been carrying a little bit. Already seen a couple of home runs today. One from Juan Familia and one from Jordan Carthy. Here's the 1-2. Inside, ball 2. Lefty hitter against the righty pitcher. Here it is from Juan. That's down low, 3-2. Liam Wilson, the always dangerous power hitter, is on deck. Here's the 3-2. That is strike 3. Benitez gets him on an outside pitch in the strike zone. 1 away.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
Liam Wilson, best known by Baycats fans this season for hitting that walk-off home run in the 10th inning in that 15-14 Panthers win. That was right here at Jack Couch Park. In that game, Wilson reached base 4 times and scored 3 times. Popped up to first base in foul territory. Anderson on the run under it, and he can't make the play. Had to try and take a couple steps back and barehand it, but it bounced behind him into the crowd. Lineup a little bit different today for Kitchener than it was that day. No Simon Grinberg. Whalen's up in the order. No Robbie Gauthier, David Polson, or Evan Sherman today. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away. Kitchener's last home games were in a doubleheader against the London Majors. Here's the 1-2. That's fouled away. Doubleheaders this season are 7-inning games. And considering how hot it has been over the last couple of weeks, I imagine the players were very happy that they were 7-inning games. Benitez pitches up and in. It's fouled straight back. Had some height to it. Kind of a fly ball foul. Count now 1-2. Did a bunch of people just win something, Matt? Program prizes. 1-2. Chopped right side. Anderson trying to make the play on the run, and he doesn't make that one. Both tough plays for James Anderson. And a foul ball again. Count remains 1-2. Wilson taking a couple of big practice swings before stepping back in the box. Juan Benitez ready. Has his sign. Kicks, delivers. On the ground. Left side, and it gets through Brendan Colley. Takes a really tricky bounce on Brendan. And it's a base hit for Wilson.
Center fielder number 49, Andy Leader.
They'll score an error, so officially Wilson will reach on an E5. Baycats kicks, throws. That's a strike to Andy Leader. Leader got on base via an E5. Fouled back. Last at bat, he was picked off trying to steal second base. Took too big a lead, and Benitez won that battle. Hit to right field. That's going to be trouble if it's fair, but it does slice foul. Count now 0-2 to Andy Leader. Leader coming into today with 40 hits on the year. He's hitting .374. .374 is pretty good. Benitez looks home, comes home, strikes out Andy Leader. Second strikeout of the inning, both looking 2 away.
Number 34, Keegan Marsden.
Here's Keegan Marsden. Benitez kicks, throws, and that is a swinging strike, 0-1. Marsden singled his first time up in the first inning. It's Liam Wilson on first. Pitch to Marsden on the ground to the right side. Making the play, Owen Jansen throws over to first and retires the side. Couple of strikeouts. And we head to the top of the fourth inning here on Baycats TV. You're watching Baycats TV between the Barrie Baycats and the Kitchener Panthers. Fourth inning brought to you by Centerfield Foods. Centerfield Foods feeding fans and families at the Barrie Community Sports Complex since 2005.
Josh Matlow.
Here's Josh Matlow to lead things off for the Baycats. Matlow struck out swinging in the second inning. This is his second at bat. Fourth of the season. Currently 0 for 3. Big cut at that one, 0-1. Jacob Douglas looking pretty good on the mound for the Kitchener Panthers today. Has an ERA over 7, but some of the other stats aren't bad. Win-loss, it's down and away. 1-1. Kept the walks down. He did walk one guy in the first, but has not walked. Well, he's walked one more. He's walked 2 today, which not bad overall, just a little bit over what he normally does. 1-1 is a ball. Donut thought they should have had that. Canton at 2-1. Matlow, a member of that 2005 Baycats championship team. That's away. 3-1. Teammates with Brad Grieveson and Andrew White. Now managing this team is also the GM and president. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jacob Douglas to Josh Matlow. That's ball 4. Jacob Douglas, who has walked 6 this year, only 6, has now walked 3 today. And there's a base runner on for Brad McQuinn. First pitch strike to Brad. McQuinn singled his first time up. The 0-1 to him, hit to second base on the ground. Second for 1, back to first. It is only going to be the 1. Fielder's choice for Brad McQuinn. And there's 1 away. Here's Brendan Colley. Runner going to second. McQuinn has stolen second base. So an extra 90 feet for Brad McQuinn with 1 away. Douglas looking in, now steps off and wants another sign. Now he's got his new sign. Count still 0-1 to Brendan Colley. Douglas ready, looks back at second, now comes home, and it's way outside, 1-1. Looking back at some of these previous matchups between Kitchener and Barrie, they have been interesting games. That's hit up the middle, could be trouble, takes a tricky bounce, and it fools the shortstop. Stephen Whalen did his best on that one, and it will be an infield hit. McQuinn up to third, Colley at first, and here's Owen Jansen. I think infield hit is the right call on that one from the official scorer. Would have been a little bit harsh, I think, to give the error on that with the tricky bounce it took. There is a little bit of pressure with the official scorer because he's right. First pitch to Jansen's a strike, 0-1. Good speed at both corners. McQuinn at third, Cauley at first. Cauley goes. Pitch down and in. They do not throw, and Cauley has himself an extra base. Second stolen base of the inning for the Barrie Baycats. Douglas in a bit of a jam here with only one away in the fourth. Tying run now on second base. There's a strike. Count now even at 1 to Owen Jansen. Or excuse me, now 1-2 to Owen Jansen. Jansen standing in as Douglas gets his sign. Now looks at the runner at third. That's Brad McQuinn. Now comes home and it's outside. Ball 2. Even at 2. Baycats scored 1 in the top of the first thanks to a home run from Juan Familia. The Panthers have scored 3 unanswered since then. Baycats trying to get back on the board for the first time since then. Kicks and throws. Cut on and miss. Jansen down on strikes. 1 away. Excuse me, 2 away.
Back to the top of the order, center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
First strikeout of the inning, and the first out that has been generated in a way that happened at the batter's box. Josh Matlow out on a fielder's choice. But there are 2 out total. Jake Wilson now up with 2 away. First pitch is a strike. Been a wide strike zone, but it has been a consistent strike zone for the most part today. Wilson. Ready? Douglas ready. That one hits Wilson. Jake Wilson hit with a pitch. And the bases are loaded. Douglas just lost that one, held it a little bit too long.
Juan Familia.
And that'll bring up Juan Familia, who homered in the first. So McQuinn at third, Cauley at second, Wilson at first, best speed at first base. And Familia, who has singled and homered, stands in. It was his 3rd homer of the year in the first inning. Man, would he like number 4 right now. Douglas comes home. He was thinking about it. Power swing, and it's fouled away. Count 0-1. The Baycats tying run is at second. Go-ahead run is at first. Douglas ready. Catcher sets up middle low. And he does not hit his target. It's up high. 2-1. Ready again, this time setting up inside. He did hit his target, but Familia was looking for it. Hit it up the middle, and making the catch is the center fielder for the Kitchener Panthers, Andy Leader, to retire the side. Baycats leave the bases loaded, do not score. It's 3-1 for the Kitchener Panthers as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're watching Baycats TV.
Starting the bottom of the fourth for your Kitchener Panthers, third baseman number 40, Eric Applovich.
Eric Applovich will lead things off for the Kitchener Panthers in the fourth. First pitch from Benitez is up high. It'll be Applovich, then Stephen Narabecki and Anthony Dona. Benitez kicks and throws. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. You've had to earn your strikes from the top of the strike zone where it's been a little bit wider on the sides. Big cut and a miss, fooled by the fastball, 1-2. 4 strikeouts so far for Benitez. We'll take a second. Someone called time. Benitez comes home now, and that just misses. I don't know if the strike zone's been a little wider to left-handed hitters than it has been to right-handed hitters so far today. 2-2. Hit back, because that pitch that was just a little bit wide, it was a bit wide, but it was being called to the lefty hitters earlier today. So there's a bit of an inconsistency there. Again, nothing major, just something to note. 2-2. Hit at the middle, dive from Owen Jansen, but it won't be enough. It gets through into the outfield. It's a base hit for Eric Applovich.
Right fielder number 48, Stephen Narabecki.
Here's Stephen Narabecki. Narabecki has 0 for 1 with a ground out today. Benitez looking at first. Applovich taking not a huge lead. First pitch inside to Narabecki. You know, you can tell Anthony Dona is new to the club. Different color batting helmet. He's on deck with a blue batting helmet right now. Up and away. Throw over to first, back in time. Benitez has picked off a runner today. He picked off Andy Leader in the first. Cote setting up outside. That's a strike. Again, a little bit wider on the zone to the left-handed hitter, and it's 2-1. Now it's 2-2. Same pitch almost exactly, at least location-wise. Looked a little bit slower velo-wise. Can't add 2-2. 2 straight strikes from Benitez, looking for strikeout number 5. Another pickoff attempt. Gets away from Anderson, but not far enough where Applovich can do anything. Wind coming in a little bit from the outfield now. 2-2. Left side, base hit. 2 straight, 2-strike singles in the fourth. Here's Anthony Dona, second IBL at bat. He struck out in the first one, but now has 2 runners on with nobody out in the second one. They're in the fourth. Big cut and a miss. Benitez bringing the velo 0-1. The dangerous Jordan Carthy on deck, by the way, hit a home run his first time up, hitting over 470 on the season. Officially signed as a pitcher, but man, he can hit. Here's the 0-1. Up and in. Yeah, now 1-1. Fans, all Saturday afternoon home games that start at 4 p.m. this season at Vintage Throne Stadium are Junior Baycats days. With the support and partnership of Rock 95, Cool FM, Barrie 360, Moonwalk Entertainment, and Dream Parties, family fun will be taken to a whole new level. Dona swings through that one, 1-2. Only one Junior Baycats day left this season. You can head to barriebaycats.com and look at the full list of theme nights there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Dona, the catcher for the Kitchener Panthers. He pops it up on the right side. Anderson trying to make a play, but it goes foul. And judging by that crowd reaction, someone made a play in the stands. Bring your glove, get a ball. Then you trade it in for a snack. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kitchener, like the other parks in the IBL, they do ask that you bring the balls back. That's a ground ball to second base. Jansen over to first. 1 away. Runners advance. Applovich to third. Now Rebecca to second.
Left fielder number 12, Jordan Carthy.
Here's Jordan Carthy. Carthy homered in the second inning. He now has 2 runners in scoring position. That's a strike to Carthy. Count 0-1. Baycats will take it. And that's a ball. Carthy's got 2 runners in scoring position. He's hitting above 470 right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Make it 2-1. And Benitez not sure where he can throw it because he threw inside twice, almost to the same spot. One was a strike and one wasn't. Here's the 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2. Panthers trying to add on to a 3-1 lead. Hit fair in the infield, moving in, and nobody's going to have a play. 3 people were moving into it. The first baseman, James Anderson, the second baseman, Owen Jansen, and the pitcher, Juan Benitez. And it was so weakly hit that it just stopped on the grass. And not only was nobody able to advance, nobody was able to get it to first base in time. So it's a single for Carthy, infield single. And the bases are loaded for the top of the order and Kenny DiClemente. Applovich at third, Narabecki at second, Carthy at first. Still only 1 out in the inning. Pitch to DiClemente, Benitez's former teammate. First pitch strike. And the crowd not loving that strike call, but to be fair to Benitez, he went to the same place 3 times last at bat and got a strike call once. So 0-1 on the ground to Jansen. He'll go to second for 1, and it's thrown into the outfield. Burns thought he was going to first. 2 runs are going to score. Moving to third is Carthy. It's going to be an error at shortstop for Carson Burns that'll allow DiClemente up to second. A misplay by the Baycats, and it's 5-1.
Shortstop number 5, Stephen Whalen.
you could tell the second Collie got that, or excuse me, Jansen got that ball, Burns assumed he was going to get the sure out at first. And instead, Jansen went to second, and Burns was not ready for it. Not ideal from the Barrie Baycats defense. That's fouled away left side. So DiClemente at second, Garthy at third. Count 0-1 to Stephen Whalen. Two runs in the inning. Way outside from Benitez. Cote giving the sign to Juan. And Juan is going to need an extra second. Goes through the signs again. Stephen Whalen struck out his last time up. He's also doubled, though, and that's fouled right back into the glove of Cote. 0-2. One out here in the fourth inning. We're in the bottom of the fourth here at Jack Couch Park. Don Menard's Kitchener Panthers versus Josh Matlow's Barrie Baycats. 1-2 the count. That's a base hit to left field. Carthy's going to score. DiClemente thinks about coming home as the ball is cut off by Benitez, but he's going to stay at third. It's a base hit for Whalen, and it's 6-1.
First baseman number 35, Liam Wilson.
6-1 for the Kitchener Panthers. And still threatening with runners on the corners. DiClemente at third, Whalen at first. Here's Liam Wilson, who hit a home run to win the game for the Panthers in extra innings the last time these two teams faced off here. That's hit just foul down the left field line. No balls, one strike. Kicks and throws, and that's up and in. And moving to second is Whalen. That'll be a stolen base. Wilson reached on an error at third base last time and popped up in the first inning. Benitez. And that ball's fouled to the on-deck circle. One ball and two strikes. Liam Wilson against Juan Benitez, the powerful right-handed pitcher versus the powerful right-handed hitter. Hit up the middle, base hit. DiClemente's going to score. Whalen's going to score. It's a two-run single for Liam Wilson. And this Panthers offense is rolling right now. Andrew White out to the pitching mound. Bench coach Andrew White meeting with Benitez. It is not the deepest Baycats bullpen today. So they'll want Benitez to go. They're hoping for 7 innings out of 1 today. But in the fourth, He has now given up 8 runs. Andrew White returns to the dugout. Andy Leader will step up, and he struck out last time. He's a guy that does not strike out a lot, so he'll be locked in now as that one hits him on the shoulder, tosses away the bat, and Benitez looks out of stamina, frankly. Wilson up to second base. Still only 1 out in the inning. Here's Keegan Marsden. And there's not much the Baycats can do. I mean, the bullpen is not super deep today. But Benitez, who throws a strike there, benefits a little bit by that wide strike zone to lefty hitters, does not have his top energy at the moment compared to what we've seen out of Juan. Such a talented pitcher. That's outside. They go to third base, say he did not go on the check swing. And he pretty clearly did not go. Cote just wanted to check. The Baycats, who were within a real chance to tie this game up. They had the bases loaded and 1 out. Go-ahead run at first base, tying run at second base. Have now gone down 8-1 here in the fourth. The 1-2. Fouled away left side. One ball and 2 strikes to Keegan Marsden. Kicks and throws. That is strike 3. Marsden doesn't like it. Gives a look to the home plate umpire, Ryan Herring. But it's been a strike to lefties all day long, 2 away.
Number 40, Eric Appleman.
Here's Eric Applovich, batting for the second time this inning, singled to lead off the inning. Runner from second goes to third. Runner at first stays at first. That's Leader at first. Liam Wilson with a stolen base. And Cote just keeping the ball in front of him. Thought about throwing it to second if the runner had gone. If Leader had gone for second, he would have been out. Down and away. 1-0. Or excuse me, 1-1. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Jack Couch Park. Runner taking the lead off first. That's Leader. He's got good speed, but he's been picked off already today. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. They go to first. He did not go. Pitch was low, so it's 2-1. Applovich, the first hitter today to hit twice in an inning. As the Panthers have batted around here in the fourth. It's a right field. Moving back is Familia. Going back some more. Now he makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Kitchener gets 5 runs on 5 hits here in the fourth. They now lead 8-1. You're watching the Barrie Baycats and the Kitchener Panthers right here on Baycats TV. Fifth inning here. Brought to you by ETAL Paving for all of your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for over 37 years because you deserve the best. First pitch to Jake Wilson. Lays to center, left field, and that's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Wilson, who's not up, by the way, rounds first base and heads to second, and James Anderson is going to get a double. I almost gave Jake Wilson James Anderson's double there. That wouldn't have done.
Number 5, Josh Cote.
It's a double for James Anderson to lead off the inning. I'll have to look back at the video. I wonder if it was the batting stance that fooled me between Wilson and Anderson. I have to see if they're similar. I suspect they're not, and I just said the wrong name, to be honest. Sometimes happens. Here's Josh Cote. Fouled away. Josh is 0 for 2. One of 2 Joshes in the lineup. It's him and Josh Matlow. Anderson with the leadoff double, his 3rd time on base today. Has a walk, a single, and a double. Has a chance at the cycle. Big cut and a miss from Cote. Can't now 0-2. Here with Matt Russell, the PA announcer, and Neil Sriwastawa, the point streak operator. I'm going to ask you both a question. Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Have you ever seen a cycle in person? As Cote hits it left side, foul. Neil has, Matt has not. 6? Neil's seen 6 of them. Which one this year? Lane Renault, who hit a single or a cycle against the Royals earlier this year. Neil was in person for that one as Cote goes down swinging for the first out.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
Second strikeout of the day for Cote, and that'll bring up Carson Burns. Neil, of course, usually does things for the Guelph Royals, helping out here in Kitchener today. 0-1 is up high. Barrie actually faces Guelph in just a couple of days. That will be in Guelph. If you're thinking, weren't they just in Guelph a few days ago? They were. That was a makeup game for a postponement. Outside Carson Burns. 2-0. It was funny, Ben and I were just on one of the broadcasts talking about that Guelph rescheduled game, wondering when it was going to be rescheduled too, and then just a few minutes later, the Guelph Twitter let us know. That was Neil. Hit to the outfield, right center field. Leader will make the catch. Anderson up to third base. And there are 2 away. Yeah, I kind of had a suspicion. That's why I said it, because I wanted to see if you'd say that. So thanks to Neil for that. Here's Josh Matlow. Runner in scoring position, 2 out. An 8-1 game. Kitchener leads Barrie. That's up high. Can't now 1-0. Matlow walked his last time up, has also struck out. Was out on a fielder's choice. Trying to head to second base. Pitch to Josh Matlow is outside. It's really hard to see the bullpen areas from this viewpoint, but you wonder if someone's getting up in that Baycats bullpen, but they'd really like as much as they can from Benitez. As Matlow swings and misses through that one, 2-1. You'd have to imagine that after what Juan has brought for most of this season, they'd love to get 7 innings out of him. But there's still 3 to go if they want that to happen. Mallow hits it on the ground to third base. Moving over and making the play. No, not making the play is Eric Applovich. He throws it away. Goes off the fence. Mallow's safe at first. Anderson's going to score, and it's 8-2. So here's Brad McQuinn. An error at third by Eric Applovich. Anderson scores. Here's Brad McQuinn. McQuinn reached on a fielder's choice his last time up, got all the way to third base. Bases were loaded in the 4th. He's also singled and made it to second, so he's been in scoring position both times up today. First pitch to him was a ball, 1-0. Matlow has been pinch run for at first base with Mike DeWin. 1-0 and a big cut and a miss from McQuinn. So DeWin pinch runs. Count 1-1. Kicks and throws. DeWin goes. McQuinn hits it to left center field, moving over his leader, moving over quite a bit. It's going back to the wall, and it is over the wall. Brad McQuinn has just hit a 2-run home run. Man, it got back to the warning track, and that's when you kind of thought maybe that had a chance. It did. It's a home run for Brad McQuinn, and suddenly it's 8-4. There's Brendan Colley. A 2-out home run for Brad McQuinn. Second home run of the day for the Barrie Baycats. It scores Mike DeWin. And the Baycats, who came back from a 7-0 deficit here at Jack Couch Park earlier this season, working on now an 8-4 deficit here in the 5th inning. Three runs already in the inning. The 1-1 to Colley. Hits it to third. Colley's counterpart throws over to first. This time Applovich makes the throw, and Liam Wilson makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Baycats get 3 runs, and it's suddenly 8-4. You're watching Baycats TV. Steven Narabecki will lead things off, and a reliever for this. That is down low, 2-0. There's a strike. Counting at 2-2. That just misses 3-2. Solz comes home. That's it to right field. Moving over is Familia. He has a long way to go, and he makes the catch. So one quick out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Catcher number 90, Anthony Dillon.
My apologies about that. Should be okay. He's got great command, and he's got great stuff. Here's the 0-2 outside. Setting up. And Dona knew it.
Left fielder number 12, Jordan Carthy.
Second strikeout of the day for Anthony Dona. Strike. Fans reacting. Solz coming to the plate, and he got him. Full Jordan Carthy. And a quick inning for the Barrie Baycats.